do this.
Lights, cameras, fractions.
All right, good. All right, here we go.
Lights weren't
All right.
You got it wrong.
We had some technical issues.
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Oh, yes.
There we go. That worked. That worked.
Right.
We were a little late.
Wait, is it today the 14th? No.
Hello, camera.
15,
It's the 75th.
10,
That's 15th. Oh, I thought there was a 15th. Then it could be
10,
15th,
15,
15th, 15th.
Hey, Sam's not here.
Okay, guys. Shh. So, guys, I just want to remind you that the video is running, so it's time to be quiet. And we are going to continue yesterday's lecture. So this is part 2.
Executive.
Part 2, and Gary's not prepared. I just realized I didn't figure out numbers that I can use. So give me 1 second here.
Technical difficulties once again.
Okay.
For real this time.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. This is our first problem. We're going to do 2 problems on the lecture today. The sum of 2 consecutive. You can write 2, number 2. The sum of 2 consecutive even integers is 60. Find the integers.
That's what Skylar did yesterday, right?
It's very similar, right? There's a little difference though. What's the big difference?
Even.
Even! That even word, that's the big difference, right? The sum of 2 consecutive even integers is 60. Now remind me again, what is an integer? Let me think here. Bella.
Actually, wait, I forgot.
Okay.
One time.
Isa.
It is negative numbers, 0, and positive numbers.
Okay, and they're whole numbers, right?
Yeah.
They're whole numbers. They're not fractions.
That's the next step in evolution.
Right. They're not fractions. So if I get an answer and I find out that their first age is 61 and a half, it's wrong, right? It's I mean, not age, but number or whatever. It's wrong. It can't be a fraction. It's got to be a whole number. It can be negative. It can be positive. It's totally fine, right? All right. So and consecutive again means what? In a row, right? So give me an example of 3 consecutive even integers. Oh, Lena. She was so enthusiastic. She raised both her hands. Did you see that? She went like this. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Who wants to do that? Okay. Who did I just call on? Aiden has both hands up.
Wow.
Yes, both elbows up.
Okay. All right, Aiden. An example of 3 consecutive even integers. I know that's a hard one. You really started on the hard. I mean, most people would have started on something simple, but you chose the hardest one. 2. Okay, and the next one is 4, and the next one is 6. Oh my! Give him a round of applause.
Jerry, it's 4 consecutive ducks. Instead of 4 ducks in a row, it's 4 consecutive ducks.
Well, it's every other one.
No.
Oh, it's every other duck.
Okay.
There's a derpy duck, and then there's a not derpy duck.
Okay. So guys, we got to focus now. Okay, here we go. We got X. I've got how many unknowns?
2.
Oh shoot! Why did I write 2?
I don't know, this doesn't work, I just tried it.
You're right,
It doesn't work.
I meant 3.
Okay, good.
Wow.
I just tried it and it.
So change that to 3. Everybody in your notes, change it to 3, okay? All right, 3.
3.
How many unknowns do I have?
3.
So what's the first one gonna be? X. All right, how far is the second number away from X?
Two.
Plus 2, we'll try that.
Plus
Let's just see. If the first number is 6, will the second number be 8?
No.
6 plus 2 is 8. That works.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the third number going to be?
It's gonna be X plus 4.
X plus 4.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And it says the sum of these 3 consecutive even integers. So sum means I'm going to what? Add them. So I'm going to add them. How many x's do I have? 3. 3 x's plus 6. So make sure you're writing this down, buddy. Okay?
I am. Look.
3 x's plus 6. And it says the sum of those is, what do I do for is? Equals 60. Okay, here we go. Now what do I do?
Subtract 6.
Yeah, you subtract.
Oh my god, I know.
Let me try somebody else. I just want to give other people a chance. Manuk.
If you subtract the 6, except if you do it to one side, you're going to roll it out and wrong. You have to do it to the other.
Correct.
And then you subtract 6, and I don't know the answer.
So 3x is equal to
Something.
54,
54.
right?
54. I knew that.
Okay, now what do I do?
Sure.
Then you divide.
Wait. Somebody else. Skylar.
You divide by 3 on one side, then you divide by 3 on the other side.
Divide by 3 on both sides, right? And then, see, the beauty of this is it gets rid of that number in front of the x. So all I have left is my x equals. And then 3 goes into 5 how many times?
What?
Once. And how many are left over?
18. What?
Well, there's 8 left over, so it's 18.
Well, 3 goes into 5 once with 2 left over. Put the 2 in front of the 4, 24.
24.
8.
Go-
3
eight
goes
times-
into 24 8 times.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I'm
18,
done,
20,
right?
and 22. No.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You have to write the integers.
Hey guys, this is a video, so it's a little too noisy for the video. So Skylar, help me.
You have to write
The integers
the
are
18, 20, and 22.
What?
18,
Oh my god.
20, and 22. And I put it in a
put
box
18,
or a
19,
circle,
20.
right? So I know that my first number, x, is 18. I come back up here and I see my first number is x, which is 18. My second number is x plus 2, which is 18 plus 2, which is 20. And my third number is x, which is 18, plus 4, which is 22. So yes, so then that's how I would write my answer.
That's all.
Make
but
sense?
yes.
Okay, fist of 5. Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to have one more problem.
All of my fingers and all of my toes.
You have fingers in all of your toes.
Yes, I have fingers on my toes.
Did you say I have fingers on all of my toes?
Oh, all of my fingers and all of my toes.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
I was talking
Hang on,
about
guys.
those.
Guys. Okay, guys. Is negative 111. All right, there's our new problem.
1, 1, 1,
Okay, so everybody write that down. Make sure that's in your notes. That's problem number 2. Problem number 2. The sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is negative 111. Find the integers. So somebody is humming, which is.
I mean, I'm talking.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm saying what I'm writing.
All right, so I'm just waiting till I'm sure everybody's finished writing the problem. And John, have you written the problem down on your notes? Okay, that's why I'm here waiting, right? So, focus. You gotta write down, guys, just so you know, notes. I'm gonna actually grade your notes. I don't know if I told you that. I'm gonna be looking at your notebooks. And when I write stuff on the board, you make sure you write everything I write on the board. Really important. I promise you, if you do not learn to take good notes, you will be a miserable kid in high school.
Gary, is this qualify?
It will be practically impossible to pass a math class if you don't take good notes.
Like, we understand them, but nobody else can.
That's okay.
But then how will you grade it?
Well, as long as you understand it, I think I can understand it pretty well. I'll figure it out. Just, yeah, I can. But make sure, so John, you've got to write everything down on the board, okay? Exactly the way I write it. Because I'm not only showing you a solution, I'm showing you the solution approach that I want you to start using, right? And I want you to get in the habit of doing it so that it's body memory, it's a habit. Okay, the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is negative 111. Find the integers. So we know that they're not fractions, right? We know they're whole numbers that can be positive or negative. And we have 3 of them. So what is my first number? Dee Dee. What is my second number?
X plus 1.
All right, is she right?
No,
X plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, X plus 1.
No,
X
No,
plus
X
1?
and then X plus 1.
Did you say Xbox One?
Yeah.
Xbox One.
No, it'd be X plus, what would it be, X plus? No, that'd be X plus.
All right, so guys, now, are you guys all seeing the confusion?
Yes.
Right? Do you see how this is confusing? Because we're talking odd, consecutive odd integers. So give me, somebody raise your hand and give me an example of 3 consecutive odd numbers. So tell us.
1, 3, and 5.
Oh, she started with a hard one too, just like you. She started with, most people would have started with something easy, but she starts with 1, right? So 1, 3, and 5. Okay, plug 1 in to this x and tell me what you'd have to add to get to 3.
2. Wouldn't you do X, and then X, and then, like, X just by itself, then another X plus 1, and then another X plus 3?
But x next to an x, do you know what that means? It means x times x, which means...
So it would be X plus 2.
I've already X plus. It'd be
All right,
X plus
so let's just think about it. If we had 3 numbers, 1, 3, and 5, we're just using theory right now.
You have to add 2 to each one.
What would I have to, if I wanted to write this in terms of this number, 3 is the same as saying 1 plus what?
2.
Oh, that's interesting. 5 is the same as saying 1 plus what?
3. 4.
4.
I'm confused now.
Okay, so if my first number was x, or was 1, my second number is
It's gonna be plus 2.
1, the first number, plus 2. Because it's every other number. It's odd. This is so weird though. I'm adding an even number to get the next odd number. Right?
No.
It's so odd. 1 plus 2 gives me 3. 1, the initial number, plus 4 gives me 5. So really, if it was x, if it's x, what's my second number? How far away is my second number? It's 2. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as if I said an even integer. It's exactly the same thing.
Great.
What's my third number? X plus 4. If there were 4 numbers, what would be my fourth?
X plus 6.
Right, good. Exactly. And then it says the sum of these, we're going to add them. Okay. But what has to be odd? The integer has to be odd, not the number you're adding to the integer to get the next odd.
You have to just add because, like, 1 plus 2 equals 3, so plus something.
But I did 1.
You must do 1 plus 2.
1, and then, oh wait.
But think about it, x plus 1 would be consecutive. It would be right next to, right? Does that make sense?
I just did it.
Do you see
It was
why?
X plus 3 and then X plus 5.
No, it's x plus 2. You, so, Amaya,
Mom.
you've been solving it and not listening. That's why, you've been busy quickly solving, which is fine, except that you were solving it wrong.
Why would you do even numbers?
Because an odd plus an odd is an even.
So, Amaya, if I gave you the number 7, what's the next odd number? What would you have to add to 7 to get 9? Aha! So you're adding 2 to get the next odd number. Does that make sense?
No.
It doesn't make sense, but it does.
You have to replace the x with an odd number or else it won't work, really.
Yeah, the only difference is that the x, when you're doing consecutive odd integers, the x is odd. Not the number you're adding to the x, but the x itself is odd, right? And when you add an even number to an odd number, you get another odd number, right? If you add an odd number to an odd number, what do you get? 3 plus 3 is?
6.
Which is an even number. Okay? So just start to see that. So it's identical. When it's even or consecutive odd, John, turn around, buddy. Just really focus. It's going to be the same thing. Have you written all this down? For sure? Have you? Just want to be sure. What? Most of it? Well, do all of it. Okay? And now we got 3x. We're adding them together, plus what? 6. Equals negative 111. All right, now John, what do I do now? Get rid of the 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. Subtract 6 from both sides. And I've got 3x. Now I'm not going to write a 0 here, right? I'm just going to, those cross out, I'm just going to leave them there. Equals, 3x equals, what is negative 111 and a negative 6? So think about it with a number line. Negative 111 is way over here, minus 6 more, right? So I'm adding them, right? Yes, so Dylan. Negative what? What? Yes, you're right. Okay. Negative 117.
So correct.
Oh my God, now we have to divide by 3? Divide by 3. I don't know. Does that work?
Yeah, it's negative 3. Clear.
Divide by 3. And how many people do not know how to do long division? I'm just curious.
39. I got 39.
Well, we'll try. 3 goes in 11 3 times. Right, guys? 9 minus. So 11 minus 9 is 2. I'm going to bring down the 7. 3 goes into 7.
27.
9 times, right? 9 times 3 is 27. So that gives me a 0 remainder. So it's 39. Okay, so my first answer is what? Well, first of all, x is equal to negative. Negative divided by positive is negative. 39. So yes, so now we're going to come up here. This is where it gets a little tricky, right? We got to plug our negative 39 into our x up here. This is negative 39. What do I do when I add 2 to negative 39? John? Yes, exactly, right? Because they're different signs, therefore you're going to take the difference, which is subtract. So I'm going to take 2 away from that, in essence, or adding 2 to the negative. So it's negative 37 and negative 35. So those are my answers. The integers are negative 39, negative 37, and negative 35.
Yay!
Yay! Okay. That is it, guys. Thank you for waiting.